Thank you for staying with us on Consider This. Melisa and Sharaad here with you tonight with Datuk Dr. Faizal. Perdaus, let's talk a little bit about this disease moving forward. I mean, what do we know from the previous infectious disease outbreaks that we've had in terms of the natural life cycle of such outbreaks? Are we likely to see a plateau and perhaps a petering off of the COVID-19 virus?
From history and from recent knowledge, we know that coronaviruses will have a peak and in their epidemics or in their pandemics, and will then slowly, gradually peter out. What will happen is not peter out in the usual sense people think it peters out. Yeah, what will happen are three things. One is that there will be immunity that will be enough in a particular community, especially the host community, the first, usually where this is concerned in Wuhan, in Hubei, in the rest of China, enough immunity in the community to prevent it from spreading. Yeah? That will take time. Now, how long it will take will differ, yeah? From virus to virus. Yeah? This is the question that we don't know. Yeah? The second is, of course, if containment measures that have been taken work. And if they work, and in China, to be honest, to be fair to the Chinese, to a large extent, it has worked. It has stopped the virus from being as potent, as virulent as it is in Hubei, in Wuhan, in other provinces. And then that has further stopped the spread from being as much as we feared initially in other parts of the world, and also they don't seem to be as virulent and as deadly as it is in Hubei and Wuhan. And the third, of course, if there are any developments in terms of treatment and in terms of vaccines, etc., that will impact on the spread of the virus. So we know that coronaviruses actually have a peak from SARS and from MERS coronavirus. In SARS, the peak was at about 6 months, and then it came down. It took about a year, though, yeah, before it really subsided. But the peak was actually very short. With MERS coronavirus, it actually lasted longer in terms of if you count from the index cases that were initially diagnosed to the last ones. Yeah, but one particular characteristic of the MERS-CoV was that it was particularly localized geographically in the Middle East, especially in the Arabian Peninsula. It didn't seem to go beyond that. Some of it is probably because the Bedouin community, which is in close contact with the suspected animal host, the camels, have already got their own herd community immunity. Yes, and the fact that for some reason the virus is not as transmissible as SARS or as we are seeing now with the COVID-19. The COVID-19 has a case fatality rate which is much lower than both SARS and MERS coronavirus in particular. So that's one very good point. But it does seem to be more transmissible, though, than both these viruses. And of course, the fact that China is the source is a very important point to consider. China, of course, is the most populous country in the world. Yeah, just to put things into perspective, Hubei has a population which is almost double that of Malaysia's. Yes,
just that
province. Yeah. So and China, of course, being the economic engine of the world with so much interaction with other parts of the world, then causes the virus to spread because of human-to-human interaction. So we hope that all the containment measures and all the measures that have been taken so far will work to contain it. The exceptions have been actually with virulent strains of the influenza virus in the past, yeah? Like the Spanish flu just after the First World War, and there was another called the Hong Kong flu in the 60s.
Killed millions.
Yes, the Spanish flu killed millions. But of course, this was before the advent of very good influenza vaccines, as we have seen now. And one of the reasons why, although H1N1, the H1N1 epidemic was also quite virulent, the worry and the fear perhaps was not as it is now with COVID-19.
Well, we could spend another hour speaking to you about this, but
Or two.
unfortunately,
Or two.
that's all the time we have for tonight's show. I'm Melisa Idris, with me Sharaad Kuttan, signing off. We will be back with you same time on Monday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you for watching.